Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to another season of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan here on the Epic Sports Network. Ed, if you can believe it, we're going into Season 3 talking Arizona high school football as we usually do each and every Tuesday night during the high school football season. My friend, I'm excited to kick off another one with you right by my side.
JP, it just seems like it was yesterday when we did the Senior Bowl, but that was in January over at OUAZ. And yet here we come again for another season of high school football. I'm so excited for what's going to happen on Thursday night between Thatcher and ALA Ironwood.
It is going to be a fantastic game. It's going to be our first trip out to the home of the ALA Ironwood Warriors. And we're excited for that. They're going to host the Thatcher Eagles. It'll be the first time we had Thatcher on the show as well. And let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. We got a jam-packed show for you tonight. As I mentioned, we're going to talk with participants in both of our Thursday night game this week, and then a Friday night matchup as well that we'll discuss. But right now, Coach Daniel Jones and Josh Jones joining us here from the Thatcher Eagles. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time tonight. We spoke with you just a few short weeks ago, but Coach, we'll start with you. Final preparations have been made. As we say, the hay is in the barn now, and we're about 2 days away from playing some football. How's the team feeling right now?
Pretty good. Tired of hitting ourselves and want to hit somebody else.
Coach, talk about the young man to your left, Josh Jones, and he's going to be a captain this year in his senior season. What have you seen from Josh and his growth over the offseason as he's getting prepared for his final season at Thatcher?
Yeah, Josh was a corner for us last year and returner and did some different things. This year's running back, corner, just kind of all over the field for us. He's my nephew. This is the last of the Jones line. There's been 6 Jones boys in the last 10 years that have come through here, so this is the last one.
Josh, talk to us about the pride you take in being a Thatcher Eagle. It's really a tight-knit community down there, and you guys are all about playing football, and you do it at a really high level, too. How much pride do you take in putting on that green uniform?
It's one of the most important things I do. I mean, this whole town is centered around high school football. Friday nights are huge, and it's an honor to be a part of it.
And Josh, for you, this is your 3rd season in the program. Am I correct? That's what Max Prep says.
My 3rd season on varsity, but I've been
it's his 15th. He's been we drug him to everything since he could walk.
Yeah, I've been to plenty.
That is fantastic.
That is so cool. Josh, what is it about this program, the Eagles program, that's kept you around for this long and kept you engaged and saying, I want to be a Thatcher Eagle. I want to go all the way through my entire senior year and hopefully get a championship this year. Just talk about the program as a whole and what it's meant to you.
Kind of our biggest focus, and I'd say the biggest pride that we have in our program is the amount of brotherhood that we have. It's super important. It's focused around just the love and working for the guy next to you, going 100 for the guy around you, and trying to win for them instead. And that's a huge deal for everybody that plays.
How excited are you for the game this Thursday night? You guys are hitting the road a day earlier than you would usually travel to play on Thursday Night Football to battle the ALA Ironwood Warriors. How excited are you for that game, and what are you seeing from those guys on film, Josh?
We're ecstatic. Like it's right. We're ready to go. It's been a while. We've been waiting. We've been working, and we're ready to get on the road. I'm excited to play them because we don't have a whole lot of film in them, but we've played them before, and it's going to be a good game. They're a good team, and I'm excited to kick it off with a good one. So,
Coach, all your top running backs graduated from last year, so you had a lot of turnover. So now when you look at Josh and how he's going to work himself into the running game, what do you see from him, and how are you going to rely on him to keep that running game as strong as it was last year?
That's kind of what we do here. We run the ball. We've got probably 4 kids that are working rotation, maybe 5, that are all going to take reps in the backfield. So it's going to be a lot by committee. Josh is the leader of that, but everybody's going to get some touches because they all have to play other positions, and we got to stay fresh. So but we plan to run at you.
Coach, tell us about your coaching staff. We know you can't do this alone, and it takes a village to run a championship quality football program.
Yep. So I'm the defensive coordinator, head coach. My brother Russell, his father is the offensive coordinator, and we have some incredible coaches: Easton Estes, Cody Taylor, Billy Ferris. We had a new joiner this year, Leo Christensen. Who am I forgetting? Michael Romney. Michael Romney is a Thatcher like legend. He's won titles. I think he's enshrined somewhere in Thatcher lore. I'm not sure, but no. So there's so much pride. Most of the guys that coach with me have played here, have won titles here, and they're just giving back, and it's pretty awesome to be around it.
Josh, what does it mean for you to have a family affair? You know, you've got your uncle right next to you, and you mentioned there's some other Jones inside this this Eagles program. Just the family aspect of it. The Jones are making an impact for this football squad.
Yeah, it's this, like you said, doing this for years, since long as I remember. This is just like a family thing. I've had 3 other brothers come through. I've had 2 cousins come through. And my dad and my uncle are coaches, and it's everything we do. And I'm lucky I'm the last one, and I'm ready to just keep it rolling.
Josh, you guys are used to taking road trips down there from Thatcher High School. Are there any special traditions or anything that you guys like to do on the road trips, whether that's on the way to the game or maybe it's kind of quiet on the way to the game and then you celebrate a little bit after a win on the way home, and anything like that? And maybe who controls the aux cord on those trips? You know, who's pumping the tunes? You know, what's going on there as well? Break it down for us a little bit.
I say the way there, it's usually like we're kind of just preparation. We're not super rowdy. We've had a bus driver, his name's Harold. We've had him for I couldn't tell you how long. Same guy.
He controls the aux.
He's on the aux. It's the same 4 songs for 3 hours. So
and he drives that bus like he stole it.
it's painful, but it's good. It's good.
Oh my gosh. Coach, you mentioned you're also the defensive coordinator. Talk about your defense and how excited are you about that side of the football as you're going to coordinate and run that side as well as the entire football team.
So we have our defensive backfield that's back, and that's exciting because a lot of our checks, they run a lot of that stuff. Most of the front 7 are new. We're not as big as we've normally been, but we're pretty athletic and pretty fast. So I'm looking for some really good things from these guys.
Coach, what kind of challenges will the Warriors pose to your ball club on Thursday night?
Well, they're bringing everybody back. They're going to be – last year we were kind of the experienced team. They were new. I think it's kind of flipping. They're bringing most of the kids back. We're going to be the ones kind of testing some new material out and seeing where our guys fit. Their scrimmage got lightninged out, and so we don't have any film on them. So we're just going in blind like old school. We're guessing right now.
Coach, we know all about that lightning out. We were out there doing a little test that night, as a matter of fact, when there was
that right?
No football once again out of Scottsdale Christian Academy, but that's another story. Go ahead, Ed.
So if you had no roster on Max Preps, Coach, you would really not know anything about ALA Ironwood other than just some names, right?
Other than, we watched last year. We know who's coming back. We know, some of their skill sets, but they're big. They're monstrous. I don't know how you get on those big kids, but we got to figure that out.
JJ, how is your offensive line looking this season? Because as Coach mentioned, you're going to be probably the bell cow as far as running backs are concerned for the Eagles. How are you liking your relationship that you're building with your offensive line, which is a critical part of what you're going to do offensively?
Yeah, we have 2 returning guys we're starting. One guy, he was starting 8, but he got injured. But then we have 2 guys who are new, but they're coming in great. They have great chemistry. The line does. They're all good friends and they work together well. And we're going to keep building on them, like the communication. And me personally on the running backs, I have a lot of trust in them and love running behind those guys. So it's going to be good.
Josh, why running back? What is it about that position on the football field that attracts you to it?
I was a receiver last year and it wasn't the greatest experience. I mean, it was fun, but Thatcher football, running is a big deal. A lot of my brothers are running backs, my cousins are running backs, and it's just so fun having the ball in your hand and run into people. There's nothing better you want.
JJ, it has to be an honor to be one of the captains on this football team. Talk about that responsibility in addition to being the running back, and your uncle is the head coach and your dad's on the coaching staff. But for you being one of the captains on this football team, that's got to be an extreme honor for you.
Yes, it's been great so far. I love it. I like being a leader. I like trying to inspire the younger kids and trying to be a leader for the boys that are in our team and our group. We're trying to get them going, and we understand that leaders are super important in trying to get kids rolling. So it's an honor to be one of those guys to try to help us get on our feet and get moving.
I'll have you guys fast forward a few months to the Jones Thanksgiving table. How much football is talked there at that table? And are there any times where, hey, enough football talk, guys? We got to have some family talk here for a little bit. It can't just be all football here.
Well, hopefully, we're in the state game and it's all football. So,
that's right.
Yeah. I jokingly say I pop my head up every December and see if I'm still married. And so far, so good. We're 28 years in, and she stuck with me. So, it's all football. Like that's all we talk about. That's all we do.
Our family talk is the football talk. That's kind of how it goes. So
I imagine so. Coach, you said you mentioned you're 28, almost 30 years in. How do these young men keep you fresh and engaged every year to come back and be the head coach and be the defensive coordinator?
Other than the new language I got to learn every year, apparently, it's just fun. Just being around these young men, and you have to hold yourself to a high standard, knowing that you are someone that they're going to look to for the future. Makes you keep yourself where you need to be, so that you can toe the line, that you can point and say, this is what we expect of you. We ask a lot of these young men, and I better be the first one doing it if I'm going to ask about it.
Coach, if you could reach out to your fan base right now, and a lot of those folks are watching right now, what would you say to them in regards to their support for your football team? Because they travel with you guys wherever you go, and they are always out there making noise for those Eagles.
Yep, like I said, football's sacred here, and we travel as good as anybody anywhere, any small town. We show up. They're great supporters. Most of them have played here. Most of them have rings on their fingers, and it's just that's what you do in Thatcher. You show up to football.
JJ, for you, tell us about Josh Jones off the football field. What do you like to do? When you come home from school or after practice or after a game, what do you like to do? Are you a gamer or are you a musician? What are you into?
There's life outside of football.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. That's kind of what I was about to say. I get home and talk about football, watch film. That's kind of how a lot of it goes in my house. My dad is always watching film, so that's kind of a lot of my time is spent. So that's about it, really.
I can see the headline tomorrow in the Gila Valley Herald. There is life outside of football, says Coach Jones, believe it or not. I can see it right there. The Thatcher Eagles join us here on the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to having you on Thursday Night Football this week for the first time, and we will see you in just 2 short days out there in Queen Creek.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Josh Jones and Coach Daniel Jones joining us here on the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Stay with us. We'll step aside and take a brief commercial timeout and return to visit with the ALA Ironwood Warriors.
Insurance has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All Insurance, insurance for all.
We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan here on the Epic Sports Network. As we do each and every Tuesday night during the Arizona high school football season, we break down with a player and a coach from each one of our teams on our Thursday night football game that week. And then we look at a marquee matchup on Friday night that week and talk about that game as well and invite that player and coach on as well. And Ed, this is our 3rd season I mentioned, and it's so much fun to talk to these guys and really get to know them off the field a little bit, because as we talked about previously, you can look at the stats on MaxPrep. Anybody can see how many touchdowns these guys have, but that it's all about the inside information that we like to get from these guys and really see what makes their teams and their players tick.
It is all about building relationships with these players and these coaches, right, James? We have so much fun talking to them during the week, and then we'll see them on Thursday night, and possibly we could see that player that we talked to tonight up in the booth with us if he is the MVP of the game. So the relationships are critical in this sport between what we do as broadcasters and what they do as football players and coaches.
We got a lot more show coming your way here tonight on the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Up next, we'll visit with the ALA Ironwood Warriors, and then we'll head out to the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles and visit with Coach Mike Sheehan and wide receiver Caleb Murphy. Back-to-back state champions are those SCA Eagles. And then after that, we'll visit with Nathan Baker of the AZ Helmet Challenge. But joining us right now, Coach Myron Bluford of the ALA Ironwood Warriors and Bryce Villarreal Tracy joining us here on the program. Coach Blue, thank you so much for your time. We got to catch up with you guys a few weeks ago, but everything's ready to go for Thursday night. Just talk to us about the mood of the team just a little less than 48 hours away from kickoff.
Yeah, they're excited. This has been a long summer, and the guys have been talking about getting their opportunity to kind of prove themselves. And so the work they put in this offseason, it shows that they really want this bad. And so not getting our scrimmage, from a fan and wanting to kind of see how our guys are going to play, it kind of hurt a little bit. Then my head coach hat comes on, and at least we're going to walk out of there healthy. So they're chomping at the bit. They didn't get an opportunity to do the scrimmage, so that's going to be our first opportunity to kind of show what we got.
So, Coach, not having that scrimmage, what did you do to pivot to get the guys still prepared and ready for Thatcher on Thursday night? I know it was one of those things that you did not actually have. It's Mother Nature. When she's not happy, then you're not going to play football. You're not going to have a scrimmage or do anything. So it's like you're at her mercy. But how did you pivot and still get the guys still engaged and mentally ready and physically ready for what's going to come on Thursday?
Yeah, we practice hard. And so, when we do a lot of different situations that we put the boys in, our numbers overall, we have 80 plus kids in the program now. So, our practices are fast paced. We try to get, them to the game type, environment. And so, obviously, like I said, not having the scrimmage is a little bit of a letdown, but, with having the Thursday game, we just kind of decided that, we're just going to push forward and, not try to get another scrimmage and kind of start our pregame stuff, getting prepped for Thatcher. So yeah, we just kind of took the loss. I tell our boys control what we can control, and it was something that was out of our control. So we pivot and, kind of got the best out of it.
Coach, as we take a look at some of his film here, tell us about the young man you brought along with us here tonight, Bryce, and what he does for your football team.
Yeah, Bryce was, an awesome player for us last season. Even the year before, as a sophomore, he was a starter. And he is probably the hardest working kid I think I've ever coached, both in the weight room, in the classroom, on the field. But I think his biggest maturation this offseason was his leadership. He's a hard-nosed kid. He doesn't really take a lot of stuff, and he had to learn how to talk to his teammates when to get the best out of them. And some of them can take that hard leadership, some of them can't. And I think he's done a phenomenal job in adapting and getting the most out and getting the buy-in from his teammates. And they all love each other. And I think a huge cog in that is Bryce Villarreal Tracy and his ability to lead.
Bryce, for you, what are some of the things that you really focused on in the offseason with the practices, and even when you're not around your brothers, the stuff that you've been working on personally to get yourself prepared for your senior season, probably arguably your biggest season?
I
don't know if you heard me.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard the question.
I'm having trouble hearing.
Oh, we can hear you. You're good.
Mr. Cole.
We can hear
I can't
you,
hear
Bryce.
Mr. Cole.
Okay. You're muted, JP.
I'm muted too. That's not helping things. Can you hear me, Bryce? Give me a thumbs
I
up.
can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Just talk to us about what you did in the offseason to prepare for your senior season, which Ed was saying is going to be arguably your biggest season yet.
There's definitely a lot of things I did. Coach Blue kind of touched on it already. Leadership played a big role. Last year we had a great leader on the team, Gage Barrett. Trying to fill his shoes isn't an easy task. He was a great leader, but just learning how to communicate with my teammates, push them to be the best that they can be every day. Showing up to practice, getting those guys that don't generally want to show up, getting them to show up. Everybody showing up and giving their best and putting it all into the program. I'd say that's probably what I've worked on the most this offseason. I've also just gotten a lot bigger, a lot stronger, a lot faster. So I'm really excited to put it on some film for some college coaches to see.
Coach, when you look at the mentality, the mental breakdown of this or buildup of this football team, what do you like from what you see with the kids in between their ears? The physical is great, but if they're wobbly inside their head, then they're not really prepared for football.
Yeah, we've invested a ton in this, not just the mental health of our kids, but trying to get them tangible confidence and celebrating the small wins throughout the off season. And, we have a lot of stuff in plan, for pregame and things to make sure that we're in the right mindset and, things we do in the off season. We're challenging them mentally because that was one of the things that I felt last year that we weren't very mentally strong, and in that adversity hit, we tended to go the opposite direction, and so that was a huge focus for us, and where they're at right now, challenging them in practice, even when they're doing well. We nitpick the crap out of everything that they do, and seeing how they respond. And 9 times out of 10, they all respond the right way. They take the coaching, they go back, and they get better in doing so. And so I think we're in a really good spot. It's going to be still a challenge. Obviously we haven't proven it on the field, and there's going to be adversity, especially playing an opponent like Thatcher. But I feel like our kids are as prepared as they possibly can be, and our coaching staff is prepared to kind of carry them the rest of the way.
Bryce, tell us how excited you are to play in front of that home crowd there at ALA Ironwood to open up the Arizona high school football season this Thursday night on TV, essentially, right? How much fun are you guys going to have on Thursday?
Words can't even describe how excited I am. Like, our school is ecstatic. The players are ecstatic. Just imagining the atmosphere Thursday, it's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of media outlets there. I just know the stands are going to be packed on our side, and I know Thatcher travel as well, so they're going to be filling that away stands too. So I'm really excited to be playing in front of, probably the biggest crowd I've ever played in front of, and just do my thing.
Coach, speaking of playing at home, you didn't win a game last season, which was kind of one of the things that was to your detriment. How important will it be to get off to a fast start and get a victory over Thatcher on Thursday night?
Yeah, 100%. And it is the first game, and you can only win the game that's in front of you. And so there's a lot of momentum to be had in any team, in any program, winning that first game. And so we're fortunate that, we get to play at home. We're fortunate that, our family and our program and our school and everyone's excited, for it. So we're going to have the support that we need and a great atmosphere. And so we just got to, rely on our coaching, rely on the things that the boys have, done and proven that they can do in the off season, and let that kind of set the tone. And, when the bell rings at the very end and we get the win, that's definitely going to catapult us, I think, for the season for sure.
Coach, how big has the support from your administration been since you've been there at ALA Ironwood, allowing you to do what you need to do and concentrate on your football program and knowing that, hey, they've got everything else under control and they've got your back?
Yeah, honestly, this is the best administration that I think I've worked for. Miss Sherry Bradley is our director, and she's over the top supportive. Anything that we want, she was a big, help and push into updating some of our facilities. And then Coach Ryan McCurdy, he's won a basketball championship, so he knows what it takes to win championships at this level. He also loves football and completely supportive of everything I do and how I do. Being a junior high athletic director, we work hand in hand literally every single day. And so just having those conversations and knowing that he's got my back, knowing that it allows me to kind of do my thing and not have to worry about looking over my shoulder and things of that nature. And so I think that our administration here, like you talked about the deans, and just everyone on campus is just this roar of excitement kind of building up, and our admin team is the one kind of behind it. So it's a great environment to work in. Everybody just loves being Warriors, and they've seen the things that we've been doing from a culture standpoint, and everyone's bought into what our football program's about. And listening to Dan, talking about the Thatcher environment and small town, and that's what I try to drive home and try to build. And so that family feeling is there, and our admin is 100% supportive of it.
Coach, when you look at your offense, what do you like about the makeup of it, and how explosive could it be this year?
Yeah, there's very rare times where I kind of evaluate, especially in high school, because you don't get to recruit, you don't get the we need a receiver, so let's go get one out of the transfer portal. You kind of get what you get, and you coach them up, and really at every level, our front is they're veterans. We have 4 seniors on that group, and a really good junior. 3 of them have offers, so we're going to lean on the line. Our receiver core, every single one of them. We have a new addition with Keith Lindenstein, who's kind of came out of nowhere, played volleyball, but played football back in the day, and he's been added to that piece. So with Rylan Bradford, Neil Armstrong, and Bowen Weddle, I mean, we got some really good receivers. And I'd say probably the biggest improvement from last year is Cash Castaneda, our quarterback. He's just been lights out. Me and offensive coordinator, every practice we talk, kind of reviewing practice, and we just rave about his maturity, his decision making. Obviously, he's uber athletic, and so running back's going to be by committee. You have Caden Golden, who's a tough, hard nosed runner, who's going to get us those hard yards. We have Hayden Harrison, who's going to be kind of our lightning, if you will. And then down the road, we have Frankie Olmos, who transferred in. Unfortunately, he's going to have to, sit 5, but he's almost 6 foot 215, and he's a bowling ball. So yeah, I mean, this offense has a limitless potential, and we're super excited. And every day in practice, there's some type of highlight where we're looking at each other like, okay, I think we got something here.
Bryce, I've seen some shots around ALA Ironwood on social media over the summer. I think you guys got a refurbished locker room, I believe, and I've seen a lot of things come up, and I see the motto, "Just Us." Why don't you tell me what that means and explain to people how that impacts the program and how you guys try to model that every day?
I love the smirk on his face, by the way, because he as soon as you started with this, he was like, yes.
No, Just Us has kind of been drilled into us. Every Monday meeting, we meet and we talk about the meaning of Just Us. We'll pick a new player every week to, kind of discuss it. And, juice, unity, sacrifice, and toughness. I got my game day shirt on right now. The back says sacrifice. To me, it's more than a culture. It's who we are. It's the standard we set. Every day when we show up to practice is what we're trying to live. We got to bring the juice to practice as a team, showing unity. We're all sacrificing something to be there, whether it's, social life, time with our family, jobs, and then toughness. Like, football is a tough game. You got to have toughness to show up day in and day out and get the job done. So, every day it's a new standard we're setting, and it's just drilled into us. I think it's a big reason why we'll be successful this year.
Coach Bryce mentioned the standard. Having a young man like him and others that are leading your football team, how are they going to elevate your team and get you ready for the rigors of a long season, but they could possibly lead you to the promised land if everything falls correctly?
Yeah, I mean, we have 14 guys that are in our leadership council, and we meet every Tuesday. And they tell me, what the pulse of the team is. They tell me what the team feels like they need, what's going well. So it is, when we talk family, our program is a family. Us coaches are here to serve, to make sure we get the most out of them. And in order to do that, we need to hear their voice. And so it's going to carry us a long way. I have all the confidence in the world that this group is going to be a great group. They're going to stick together. They're going to battle through adversity. They're going to take coaching. We're going to celebrate and have some fun when we have our wins. And so I do think that this group and this leadership that we have is elite. And it's something that, we haven't really had at ALA Ironwood in a long time. And so I think that this is something that's going to be the new era of what, Warrior football is all about.
Lineman Bryce Villarroel Tracy and Coach Myron Bluford joining us here from the ALA Ironwood Warriors. We'll make our first trip out there this Thursday night for Thursday Night Football as they host the Thatcher Eagles. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to coming to your place in just 2 short days, and we'll see you very soon.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Stay with us. We'll be back, and we'll visit with the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles. Coach Mike Sheehan and wide receiver Caleb Murphy join us after the break. More of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan after the break.
We're local.
Because local truly matters. We're right down the road.
We're over 2,000 of your friends and neighbors.
Right here in Arizona.
Always here when you need us.
In Chandler and Gilbert.
In Mesa.
In Queen Creek. In Scottsdale and Phoenix.
In Avondale, Goodyear,
and Peoria. Statewide and beyond.
Treating everyone like family.
Trusted for 75 years.
Shop local.
Shop Earnhardt.
ShopNoble.com.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan here on the Epic Sports Network. We got a great game this Thursday night to kick off another season of Thursday Night Football right here on Epic Sports Network. The Thatcher Eagles and the Ironwood Warriors, Ed, and I'm excited to head out there to Queen Creek in just 2 short days.
Yeah, a place, as you mentioned, we've never been before, so it's always good to go to new places, see new football teams, see new talent that Arizona has. So I can't wait to get to Queen Creek on Thursday and get set up and call some football.
Another marquee matchup coming up this Friday night is a game we featured last season to open our Thursday night football schedule. The Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles will take on the Puma Rough Riders down south this week. And we're visiting now with head coach Mike Sheehan and wide receiver Caleb Murphy. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time. We always appreciate visiting with you. Just tell us how things are going. And we're just a couple short days away from kicking this thing off again.
Can you hear me? Can I say that? Are we good?
We got you. Yes, sir.
Honestly, you guys look good. Like, what are you guys doing? Are you makeuped up or what is going? You guys are all gleaming and
there's no
highlights for you guys look good.
Well, Coach, we have a super producer, Miss Sonia Tellez. She takes good care of us. You know, that's why we look so good.
Look at the lighting. Like, I've never seen James look this good. Ed, you always look good. I've never seen Poovy look good. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Come on.
No, hey, how are you guys today? I'm excited to be on.
We're good. Always great to have you guys. Appreciate your time. Tell us about the off season, and we're just a couple short days away. You guys 3 in a row, going for 4 in a row. Just tell us about the guys. Is everybody ready to rock and roll again?
I mean, we'll find out. Obviously, we didn't have a scrimmage last week against ALA Ironwood and Gilbert Christian. We were looking forward to that. Kind of got lightning out of that. I think I was telling the boys today, we're just going to step back tomorrow. We've kind of got on them, built them up, done everything that we can do to get to this point. And it's kind of their show tomorrow night. We'll let them go. We'll see how they do as a player in practice tomorrow and a little dress rehearsal for Friday and see what we got. All I know is that Puma will be ready. Coach Wilkins does a great job up there. They're a great football team. And I know no matter what it is, whatever happens this game 1, both teams are going to be pretty dang good come playoff time. I know that. So we'll see what happens. It's always interesting to see what happens week 1.
And it's always something about SCA and Pima. Coach, of course, 2 of the 3 championships you won were against them. You always seem to start off with them every single season. What is it about this budding rivalry between SCA and Pima?
I think it's a respect thing. I think Coach Wilkins and I, like I said, I have an ultimate amount of respect for rural programs. So it's one of those things where it's like, I want to play good teams. I want our kids to be hit in the mouth. Like, honestly, it's a good thing for us. You know what I mean? We don't want to skirt anything. We want to play tough teams. We want to go hit these teams. And if you play Pima game 1, you're going to get hit in the mouth, and you can kind of see what you're made of real quick in a season. So I think it's super beneficial to schedule a team like them, hard-nosed team, good players, big offensive line, good running backs. Grimes is a heck of a football player too. So it's a great thing to start your season with. We played Santan my first 2 years, like 1-1 against them. You know what I mean? So it's like scheduling tough early is a good thing to do, I think.
Coach, tell us about Caleb, the young man you brought along with us here tonight, and what he does for the Eagles and makes them go.
I mean, he's a heck of an athlete. He's obviously got an offer from University of Nevada, Reno as a wide receiver and a safety. They don't know what side they want to use him, what side of the ball they want to use him. He's a great young man. Honestly, he's a heck of a football player, but a better kid. Works hard in the weight room. Has put on a decent amount of weight this offseason. Now I don't have to inflate his numbers. They're actual numbers now. You know what I mean? I don't have to say he's 10 to 15 pounds heavier. He actually is. This is Santan as a sophomore to ice the game against Santan in the semifinal game. He's a special athlete, man. If you watch him play, broke his wrist last year, broke his hand, broke his wrist against Phoenix Christian. And honestly, like, the day he could play was the first game of the playoffs against Morenci. He came out, had a heck of a game, played the entire playoffs with a cast. I think he had like 5 or 6 catches in the state championship with a cast. He was a defensive. Look at this. This is a state championship game in a cast with a pick and kind of returns it.
Man.
But he's a special athlete, probably one of the better ones I've coached in a long, long time, and I've coached a lot of good athletes. He's good. I'd say this. He can do almost everything. The best thing about him is his processing speed. It's one of those things where you can't teach this in a kid. He's got the instincts. He's got everything to go play good football, and put him in the right position. He's going to be successful.
First of all, Caleb, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good. Okay, now we can proceed. Okay. Caleb, talk about your toughness that coach mentioned about, you playing in the cast and just your mental attitude toward football. Even though you're injured, you're still going to go out there and you're going to give it all for your brothers and for the program. Just your intestinal fortitude. What's inside you that drives you to play football at a high level?
I mean, I just love it so much. Like, it's just my favorite thing to do. So when I'm out for those, like, I think it was 4 weeks or whatever with the thumb, I think it was, Coach. Anyways, but I mean, yeah, I love it so much. Like, we get the pins out. I got the pins out of my thumb against Morenci, and then casted it up, wrapped it up, and played that day just because I missed it so much. So I feel like, yeah, the reason I wanted to play with the club on, wanted to play a little injured was just because, like, I was not going to let that be the end of the junior year.
Caleb, you guys graduated a heck of a quarterback last year in Sean Helgeson. How do you adapt now and kind of reset the offense, and what is that going to look like?
I mean, yeah, Sean was a great player. I feel like we roll in new guys every year, so I'm not worried at all. I mean, Carson Reed, he's been doing a great job back there for us. I mean, yeah, we've just been doing a great job building him up, staying after practice, getting extra work, So just staying down with him is going to be a great year with him.
And Caleb, coming off almost 600 yards last season and 6 touchdowns for you, are there any personal achievements that you want this year other than a 4th championship in a row? That'd be great. But outside of that, what else are you looking for to really elevate your game as far as numbers? Do you have any numbers or stats that you're trying to hit this season?
Honestly, I feel like when you start to think about those things, it's actually going to make you start to play worse because you're really going for a goal. Like, and sometimes that might be too, like, you're going to start thinking about yourself too much. It's going to start playing for yourself and not playing for the guys next to you. So honestly, it's just going to be, I mean, I know you said other than state, but I mean, that's what we're aiming for every year. We're going to try to win one, not 4. We're going to try to win one.
Caleb, you've been at SCA for quite some time. Full disclosure, I've been there. This is my 9th school year now. How have you seen the program turn around under Coach Sheehan and the rest of the staff? Because he can't do it alone, obviously. But how much has this man impacted the Scottsdale Christian football program?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I was in middle school and I watched past coaches or whatever because I watched my brother play for SCA. But, I mean, as soon as Coach Sheehan, his first year was my freshman year. So, I mean, you can just tell the culture shifted the first year he got there. I mean, he's a huge deal. We would not be where we are right now if we didn't have him as a head coach. I mean, he instills great culture in our program, and there's now a standard because he's there.
Caleb, as one of the seniors on this football team, how important is it and the role that you take on as being one of the leaders, as one of the seniors, that a lot of the underclassmen, I'm sure, look up to you and really look for your guidance? I'm sure they probably want to chat with you and rap to you outside of practice or on the bus or wherever you are just to kind of pick your head and pick your brain on life, even football and life outside of football. How important is all of that to you, the relationships you have with your brothers and just the bond and the synergy that you're building as a football team?
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. That's a huge deal. We talk about this all the time. We read a book as a team called The Twin Thieves, and it really preaches on how important leadership is in our program, and it starts from the seniors. And we don't need to go and do past things where it's like seniors are like up high and they're the highest pinnacle of the team, and then the freshmen do all the stuff for the seniors, where seniors can lead by doing the stuff that other programs would have freshmen do, right? So it's a big deal just keeping good relationships with everybody, not just kids in your grade, with the younger guys, teaching them, coaching them up, that kind of thing.
Coach, tell us how this team this year is different from the previous teams in your SCA tenure so far.
I guess I don't know how to answer that yet. I honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, I won't know. And I feel like I can already tell that they've already aged me. I'll tell you what, they've aged me like everything. I don't have a single dark hair on my head or on my face anymore. But I feel like we'll find out on Friday. I think we're one of those teams where we have an opportunity to go do it again. And I wholeheartedly feel that. It's not me trying to blow my kids up or blow smoke or anything like that. I truly feel that way. It just depends on how much they want to put it together. We've got, so many different athletes, and we're moving some guys around, and there's some guys playing in some positions that were pivotal points of our team last year that we need to fill those roles. But I think our wide receiving core is great. Offensive line is great. I think Carson's been slinging it pretty well. I think our running game is probably going to surprise some people. I think we have 2 pretty dang good backs right now, actually 3. But 1, 2, we got a power back and a speed back, and then we've got another kid that's kind of in between. Then I think defensively, we do need to hit somebody. I want to see where we're at, but I feel like we're pretty big up front for a smaller school, and we've got some kids that have played a lot of football that are going to be playing defense for us. So I think we have high hopes. But you really don't know. I mean, on paper we look good to me, but on Friday we'll find out if we're any good. And if we're not any good on Friday, then I'll tell you what, this team's got every opportunity and every skill set to be able to get better towards the end of the year.
Coach, talk about that third of the football team, your special teams. What do you like about that part of your squad? And just give some shout outs to your guys that are kicking and punting and doing returns on kickoffs and punts, just that entire part of your team.
No, actually, honestly, I think that's a huge bonus that we have. We have a young man named Max Fletter who's been a kicker since freshman year. I met him the first day he walked out on campus, and I talked to him to playing football, and he's been a huge blessing to our team. He's our punter and kicker. I think if we can go back and look to it, I think he had almost the most amount of points in the entire state, and he was a kicker. Obviously, kick after every point that we score, but no field goals even. So it's all PATs. But I got grief the other day. Caleb made fun of me yesterday. Are we going to kick any this year? I don't know. I can put the ball in the end zone. If you don't need to put kick, I don't want to kick. But yes, I would love to. I think Max Fletter can boot it. And he, as a punter, I think he's a college level punter. That kid can switch the field. He's got tremendous hang time, and a bad punt is 50 yards net right now. And I'm not even making that up. There is no embellishing that. The kid can boot it, and he's a super smart kid, great athlete, one of the fastest kids in the school. So super blessed to have him. In the return game, we got 5 or 6 guys. I think Murphy can do some returns. Obviously, Dom Dickerson, Ben Watkins. There's so many guys we can throw back there. Isaiah Pfeiffer, that we can see whoever the hot hand is who we'll feed to.
Caleb, final question for you. What are you seeing from Pima that's going to pose the biggest challenge to you guys on Friday, especially from the defensive side of their football that you're going to be going against?
Yeah, I mean, Coach is right. They're really physical every year. So, I mean, Puma's a great football team. They come out and they hit you. That's what they're great at. They're great at running the rock down your throat, that kind of thing. They're just a really physical, great football team like that. As far as defensively goes, we're just gonna have to match up physically. We're gonna have to come out and we're gonna have to hit, like Coach said, and we're gonna have to come out and be physical just like they are, match their physicality.
Wide receiver Caleb Murphy and head coach Mike Sheehan joining us here from the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles. Guys, thank you so much for your time. We always appreciate visiting with you, and it's always a ton of fun. And I'll get you back later, Coach. Don't worry.
James HP Poovy.
What, this is the same gel I've had in my hair since 6-something this morning, Coach. There's no hair.
I feel like there's a couple of new hairs in there, James.
No, there's not. I need a haircut, if anything. But that's about it.
I'm jealous. Okay.
I know. It's okay. It's totally fine. Guys, thank you so much. We always appreciate visiting with you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you guys.
And see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Have a great night.
Yes, sir.
More of the Desert Gridiron game plan coming up here after the break.
He's great.
Guys. Coach
He is
Sheehan
fantastic.
Is going to give you the business. You can count on that.
Always.
Stay with us. We'll visit with Nathan Baker of the AZ Helmet Challenge when we return. We got some fun stuff, and including a charity component this year as well. Stay with us right back on the Epic Sports Network. We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron game plan here on the Epic Sports Network. We are going to head to the Midwestern part of the United States and visit with Mr. Nathan Baker joining us here on the program. He has put together what is called the Arizona Helmet Challenge. Nathan, thank you so much for coming on here with us. We certainly appreciate your time, and we appreciate you staying up late here as well to join us tonight. We're excited about this challenge. For folks that have not heard about this, just break it down for them right quick.
Yeah, so the Helmet Challenge is going to kick off next week. We're going to open up on Tuesday with your guys' show again. And so we'll show some brackets here later, but essentially we're going head to head, first round all the way through a championship. And we're going to see which helmet can take the title. I have helmets from small school CAAs all the way up to the 6A. And we're going to see which helmet the state thinks is the best helmet around.
Nathan, we're going to pop up some of the brackets so the fans can actually see who the teams are. But how do you come? Here we go. Thank you, Sonia. How do you come up with these with the matchups and the rivalries that are probably going to be growing? Well, we see AZ College Prep already moved on, Mountainside, Valley Vista, they've moved on. But how do you come up with these pairings for these brackets?
Yeah, so every year is a little bit different. At the beginning, I just kind of randomized it through an app, and whoever played whoever, and we just let it roll. We've had a big school, small school bracket, and then in the finals we see each other. A couple years ago we did it by regions, so we actually geographically mapped out the whole state and where every school was physically, and then broke it into 8 regions. And this year was just whenever teams signed up, I would plug them into a bracket, and as this matches came along, we ended up with 12 or 13 teams in every bracket, and that's just how it kind of seeded out. So it's kind of a random this time, but just how and when the team signed up.
Let's take a look at some more of the the brackets as we go forward here, and tell us how this whole thing came to be, Nathan, and why Arizona. What is your tie to Arizona? You're currently in the Midwest, I understand, but what is the Arizona relationship?
Yeah, for sure. So I graduated from the University of Iowa in 2009. And job market was pretty terrible. I'm a teacher, and so I actually got hired out in Yuma, Arizona, sight unseen. Even signed my condo sight unseen and just moved down there, and worked at a charter school called Harvest Prep. Took over Harvest Prep the second year that I was down there as a head coach in 8-man CAA football. And then at the time that I was starting to build a family, I decided to move to Surprise and Willow Canyon. Was a JV coach and a wide receivers coach there for a few years. Moved back to the Midwest, and I saw the Helmet Challenge in 2020 going in different states like Illinois, Iowa. And so I thought, Arizona needs this, but I didn't find any takings from the coaches that I knew to kind of spearhead it. And so I was like, all right, well, let's do it. And then got some advice from some of the other guys doing it and just kind of roll with it. So.
Nathan, what's the feedback been like from these schools and the coaches and the players? Obviously, the kids love this kind of stuff. They love all the stuff that's going to be on Twitter and IG and all that stuff, and helmets and rivalries and looking good on the football field. But what's the feedback been like have you gotten feedback from parents or some of the coaches or players? What have you heard back as far as what people like, and maybe some suggestions that maybe some people may have for you?
Yeah, for sure. So coach wise, everybody's really on board. Sometimes I had to track some people down just to get them to send me their new lid, because I see it on Instagram or I see it on X now. And so I kind of have to lasso them in to give me a good picture. But other than that, everything's been great. The first year we had a little bit of negative. Some of the small schools had a hard time finding way and beating out some of the bigger schools. So took that advice, and like we said, we've rolled with different themes and different brackets every year to try to give everybody a chance. Last year we even had a winner in every single classification. So, there were ended up being 7 winners last year at the end of it all, which is great.
And Nathan, the best part of this thing, especially this year, is the charity component. Tell us about that and how people can get involved. We're going to be sharing the website over the coming weeks and during our game broadcast as well. But how can folks really get involved with this challenge and sign up, register their favorite team, and then all the while help out a really worthwhile cause?
Yeah, for sure. So last year we did bring in a charity challenge over the we kind of tied it into our actual helmet challenge, where teams actually got votes for their donations to St. Jude. Raised about $2,900, $2,900 for St. Jude last year, which was awesome. I kind of was pinching people to give that last $100, but we couldn't get to $3,000. But this year, the Mahoney Foundation has joined us. They're just kind of there to help collect the money, and then we're going to kind of distribute that to local football programs around the state, up and coming programs, low income programs that could use some money, some help, and just kind of getting their boosters or their program off the ground and going with that. So I've shared the link already on both my Instagram and my X page. They will be attached to all the voting brackets as well. And then, like you said, we'll be sharing it out for the next 2 months, trying to get things collected and see, how much money we can raise for, our own schools.
Nathan, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ed. You're okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, here's a two-parter, Nathan. What's the interest been like for teams that are not in these brackets? And part two, is this going to go on all season long, or is there like a cutoff point where this is going to actually end this competition?
Yeah, so the charity challenge will go pretty much all season long. I think we have a end date November 14th. So we started this week early just to kind of get things going. We're going to be on the Kevin McCabe show this weekend, as Kevin does work with the Mahoney Foundation, and kind of just promote it. And then, we're hoping to get schools, whether they participate or not, to just be a part of it if they're in the helmet challenge. And you mentioned some recommendations. We also are going to kick off a field feud after the helmet challenge takes off. It's much smaller, but we have about 17 fields who thought they were the best in the state. So we're going to, piggyback on what we're doing right now to see what can grow. And if this kicks off, maybe we'll keep going with that too.
Do you have your eye on any other states or maybe any expansion in the near future, Nathan, that this thing has taken off, and has it taken off more rapidly than you thought it might have?
Yeah, I mean, it was slow for the first couple of years, but last year with the donation to St. Jude, it kind of inspired me to keep going. And this year's it's been a wildfire between you signing your team up and getting in contact with me to do this show and to continue to promote here. Kevin McCabe jumped on last year with a small, promotion with us, which was great. And then we've got sponsors. Brimtown is local, and you promote them now on your show too, which is great. They're donating a hat to winning teams, all three challenges. Hubby's Helmet's been with me since 2020. They're going to donate a mini helmet to the champion of all three titles as well. And then Game Day Skins is going to donate promotion. You buy 25 Game Day Skins, so kind of outfit your helmet with some new look for next year. You get 5 Game Day Skins as well for free. And then Kevin and I will talk about what the charity champion is going to get, which is a little bit different at the end. They're going to get a little kind of bonus prize from him and from the Mahoney Foundation.
Nathan, for those that may want to, donate toward this cause and be a blessing for St. Jude, how can they do that? Can they reach you on IG or Facebook or email? How can they contact you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm on both X and IG. And then you can obviously email me or DM me at there as well. So nbaker17@gmail.com. The website's posted on both places, the mahoneyfoundation.com /AZ Helmet Challenge. And again, links will be shared at all social medias. And I know you guys are going to continue to promote on your show too. So we'll always have the way to find it, and throughout the season, giving more and more, and hopefully surpassing that 3,000 from last year is my goal.
Nathan, all good things. And as you mentioned, we'll also be on the Kevin McCabe show this Saturday as well, talking more about the AZ Helmet Challenge and everything we're doing with that. So we're excited to partner with you this season. Thank you so much for coming on here with us and sharing a little bit more about it. And we encourage everybody to, if you haven't signed up yet, get on and sign up for the field challenge, and the brackets are already set for the helmet challenge. And if you're not able to get in this year, make sure you put that on your calendar to reach out and be a part of that next year, because it's certainly going to be a thing of beauty here this season. Thank you again for your time, Nathan, and we look forward to the partnership this year.
Thank you both. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan.
Stay with us on a supersized edition of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. One more team to go. It's the Puma Rough Riders up next after the break. We We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Each and every Tuesday night during the Arizona high school football season, we visit with our participants in our Thursday night football game, and then we also slate a marquee matchup to preview that week. And that marquee matchup this week is the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles traveling down south to battle the Puma Rough Riders, a game that has had a lot of implications over the last few seasons. Coach Josh Wilkins and lineman Holland Hoops joining us here. Coach, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you staying up late with us. Just tell us about the offseason and what's going on down south there for the Puma Rough Riders.
No, we're had a good off season. Spent a lot of time in the weight room and went to a lot of different passing leagues this summer and trying to get ready, ready for this new year, the new challenge, and new group of boys, and we're just ready to play some football.
Coach, we asked Coach Sheen about this. The rivalry that is SCA and Pima. You met two of the last three championships. Unfortunately, SCA won those two over you, and then you start off seemingly every season with these two teams going at it. What is it about this rivalry from your standpoint that makes SCA and Pima so special?
Well, I think it's a mutual respect that we have for each other. I mean, I started coaching here in Pima a year before Coach Sheehan started there at Scottsdale Christian, and kind of both install our programs and kind of growing our programs together. It's been a great rivalry for the past few years. We played each other twice a year, and last year we only got to play them once. We wish we'd have got to play them that second time. We got a little revenge. We wanted to get on them, but it's a mutual respect I think we have for each other and our programs and what we're doing and what we're trying to do with our boys.
Coach, tell us about the big fella you brought along with us, Mr. Holland Hoops here, and what he means to your football program.
No, Hoops is a beast. He's a leader on and off the field. I mean, he's just a great young man. I've known him for a real long time. Go to church with him, and he's a little bit of a cupcake when he's growing up. But man, his freshman year, I don't know if you remember our big running back Jeremiah Martinez made him cry.
Yes.
I'm not going to tease you too bad, Hoops. Made him cry about every day up at football camp, and just made him change. And he's a beast now. He just rules the line. He's just a great young man and super strong, super big, and we're going to get behind his big bottom and run the ball.
Hey, why wouldn't you, right?
Yes. Holland, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we can proceed now, JP. He can hear me too. Holland, congratulations. You're heading into your senior year. Pima's got a lot of hopes, a lot of high hopes. Your football program does as the Rough Riders program. What have you been working on in the offseason? And once you got back with your brothers, you guys started really game planning and working and building toward what you hope is something special, which is a state championship. But for you personally, what are some things you've been working on mentally and physically to get yourself ready for a long season?
For me, it's kind of just like working on the little things, like getting your head on the right side of a block and kind of just finishing the blocks in general. I have help from like players that used to play in the NFL and connections like that, and it really helps me, like, because I go every Saturdays trying to get better. So yeah.
Holland, how much are you and your teammates able to hang out off the football field and form that bond together?
Pretty much every night if we wanted to. Some of the guys, me and the line, we go to like Arby's and stuff after practice sometimes, so that's pretty fun.
Nice.
What's wrong with that?
Nice. Holland, that is my spot, dude. You said Arby's. Yes. I know I like this kid, JP.
Now I'm hungry. Thanks, Holland. Yeah. Now I know where I'm going after the show. Go ahead.
Yep. Always give me a half-pound, roast beef meal. I got to go throw the crinkle fries in there. This is my dude right here, JP.
Oh, absolutely. And the Bronco berry sauce. Don't forget about that.
Oh, yeah, that too. Holland, I wanted to ask you about your season last year. You ended up 7-5. You went to the playoffs, got to the second round of the playoffs. Didn't end the way you wanted to, but still, the fact that you had a good season, you didn't start off the best, but you finished off strong and made that playoff run. How has that made you hungrier to come back this season and lead your team to a state championship?
Well, having those first 2 years where we kind of went to state championship both those 2 years, and having that last year, not having that playoff experience like that state championship. Yeah, we're definitely hungry because that season last year was not enough.
Coach, has there been anyone in the offseason that's kind of jumped off the page to you that maybe you didn't really have your eye on before, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, this kid can play some football here?
No, yeah, we got a few kids. One kind of stand out, a junior, Mason Skinner's put on a bunch of weight. He's got a lot faster. But, you know, we kind of, I'm around these boys so much, I get used to, and I think I know what I got, and we just got to put them in the right spots, and you know, and the size that Hoops put on, and a bunch of these other linemen put in a lot of work. They said they meet Saturday and do footwork and do some stuff together, and it's really paying off big time for us, and you know, we're glad to have Cedric back after last year losing him in the scrimmage, and Wright did great last year, but we're glad to have Cedric back, and no, we're looking forward to a great group of guys, great season. So,
Holland, you being a part of the offense, being an integral part of your offense, how good is this offense how good will this offense be? And give us kind of a preview on what we should look for this Rough Riders offense.
Well, we lost some guys last year, but I feel like some of our players, like Mason, as Coach said, have really stepped up, and they kind of fill in these holes in this offense. And as we work together and build better as a team, I feel like we're going to be a pretty good team this year.
Coach, final question for you. Tell us about the quarterback. He's healthy now and ready to gear up and ready for another season, right?
Yeah, you know, Cedric was thrown into it as a freshman and took us down there to the state championship game, and then had a repeat as a sophomore, and we're real looking forward to his junior year, and just had a mishap happen in the scrimmage, and he battled back and forth all year trying to get back healthy, and we just never could get up on top of it. So having the time off, and he's really, you know, I feel that he's prepared for this. I mean, we've been running with him since he was a freshman, and so it's great to have him back. But I think just the team unity and the way we bond together, and you know, we're a next man up type of team, and so if someone's having a hard time, we just lift each other up and let's get going.
Holland, do you feel like you're going to have a big advantage this Friday night playing in front of your home crowd to open the season?
Yes, I do. It's a different experience when you're out, hometown advantage. Yeah, it's just a different experience.
Holland Hoops, offensive lineman for the Puma Rough Riders, and Coach Josh Wilkins joining us here on the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Gentlemen, good luck Friday night. Thank you again for your time. It's always a pleasure to visit with you, and we'll catch up with you again very soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll take a short commercial break and wrap up this first edition of the 2026 Desert Gridiron Game Plan after this.
Insurance has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All Insurance, insurance for all.
We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Ed, was that a fast hour and change or what?
It always flies by, doesn't it, JP? When you're having fun and you're talking football, that hour just like that.
Special thanks to our guests here tonight. The Thatcher Eagles, ALA Ironwood Warriors will open our season of Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network this Thursday night. Ed, just less than 48 hours away, we kick off another season of Thursday Night Football. And then we had the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles and the Puma Rough Riders joining us here on the program as well. A big matchup for them this Friday night down there in Southern Arizona. But I'm excited for our first trip to the home of the ALA Ironwood Warriors. Coach Blue doing really good things over there, and we're going to have a fun time over there on Thursday night. We hope you join us.
Yes, sir. Can't wait to get to Queen Creek and call some football and see some guys knocking heads.
That's right. There's going to be a lot of people out there on that for that one Thursday night. It should be a great matchup between the Thatcher Eagles and the ALA Ironwood Warriors. From our broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole, for our producer, Miss Sonia Tellez, I'm James Spoovy saying so long. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night, and we will see you Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. The pregame show's on the air right here on the Epic Sports Network on YouTube and the NFHS Network. Have a great night, folks.